today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Hurts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now a play fake here on first down. He completes it to Hunter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They send the tight end Davis in motion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler powering forward. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the play fake, Daniels. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner. And that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Back to throw. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 116 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On first down, Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Hurts to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Hurts sets up to throw it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Over the middle here to Brown. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Barkley. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Barkley again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. It's caught by Davis. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing on first down. Daniels. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
We get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Back to throw. Daniels. Dancing to his left. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big fourth down call.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. On the slant, he's got Davis. A curious decision to... They'll run here with Eckler, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Off play action. Daniels in trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Come on, 6. Crack all 80.
A loss of 6 yards. Brings up third down.
Operating from the gun. Daniels steps away to his left. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
After the sack, you can understand it maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
On the option, here's Eckler. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake. Daniels. And incomplete on the deep ball.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And Davis has it over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch at the 34.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Giants who are out in front. The Giants trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And that one all tied.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Being chased out left.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Eckler. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Second down. No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
In motion right here, Hunter. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now back to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Daniels. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know, something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley dancing away at the 35. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Back to throw. This will be caught by Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. And now a pause because we've got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to him. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw.
That is incomplete.
Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down. Here's Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. This 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Washington ready to try again on offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 9. It's Eckler again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off play action. Daniels. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Daniels. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Back to throw here. Got a man. It's Brown. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the 1st. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20. Take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
3rd and 3.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Hurts and the Eagles now down by 2 touchdowns. 55 seconds remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Here comes 2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts.
Smith catches left side.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So a victory here.